I listen to your show every single day.
Breakfast Club?
God damn it, the Breakfast Club.
Put that ass up on the Breakfast Club.
Tell us, made it.
You can't say Breakfast Club without the Breakfast Club.
You're like this rare air.
She got platforms and partners all over the place because your demand is so high. People want to be in business with the Breakfast Club.
I don't think white people know how popular you guys are.
DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God.
Yeah, you guys really are like the hip hop early morning, late night talk show.
Y'all know what y'all talking about.
Good morning, USA. Yo 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 yo.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Friday.
Yes, it's Friday. The weekend is here.
The weekend is here. I didn't realize there was another holiday weekend. We just got back. We literally just got back Monday.
That's right.
It's Martin Luther King Day. Jr.
Day. On Monday.
Yes, on Monday. I thought I'd say Martin Luther Major's Monday, but it's not. I would never disrespect the Kang like that, Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, boy.
Okay?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Monday is a holiday.
I hope y'all got all y'all Jonathan Majors, Martin Luther King Jr. flyers ready. Okay, I've seen a couple of them circulating.
I did.
Somebody sent me a fantastic one that I posted on social media.
Yeah, I did as well.
That said all Corettas in free before 11 p.m.
That's dope.
I don't know why people think that was me. I don't know how to do graphics. I just direct people to do graphics.
Just direct them too.
Happy Friday though. How y'all feel,
Friday.
man? I am blessed,
Friday.
black, and highly favored. Happy to be here, man. Hope y'all are enjoying, just enjoying waking up this morning, man.
That's right.
So many people woke up dead. Always remember that.
Well, they didn't wake up if they died.
No, they woke up somewhere. I truly believe that. I believe when you...
They didn't wake up here.
I believe that's what I said. They woke up somewhere. They woke up dead. You transition somewhere like, oh my God, I'm no longer here.
Oh my God.
I'm not on Earth no more.
Oh my God.
I wonder if once you transition, do you remember that you were on
Earth
or another dimension? I wonder. Because you know how we see people and we say, oh, they've been here before. You see little kids, you say, oh, you've been here before.
Yep.
Or, some of us have memories of a past life, or you experience deja vu. It's like, damn, I've done this before. I wonder if when you transition to the next dimension, you even really recall what you did on another dimension. Okay, maybe I'm talking too much this morning, but somebody out there smoking weed right now and they feel me.
Now I was thinking about that. Now that you said it, like, do you wake up and confused? Like, you're like, oh, where am I? What the hell is going on?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something even scarier.
What?
Does your conscience? I don't want to say scary. Scary may not be the right word.
Oh.
But does your conscience still go on? You know what I mean? Like, imagine like you're aware that you're dead, because your conscience is an energy, right? It's a spirit. Never mind. I'm making me talking too much this morning.
Think about it.
I don't even know why I'm talking about this morning, but hello, good morning, happy Friday.
Man, why don't you start there?
We got guests today.
Now I got to think about this all morning. I wake up like, my gosh.
Oh, by the way,
what?
Next week on Breakfast Club, if it's still on the schedule,
don't say it. Just let it go.
I'm not gonna say the name, but we got a fantastic guest we can talk to about all of this stuff. I am really excited.
That stuff makes
about
me
this.
nervous. You know that I don't like talking about that stuff.
Oh, that's you shouldn't. It's part of your existence.
Yeah, you're right.
Death is a part of life.
Yeah.
And there is something after this.
Yeah.
I'm sure of.
All right. Well, yes, you said we have two guests joining us this morning. We have Benny the Butcher.
Yes.
He has an album coming out January 26th. We're gonna chop it up with Benny.
It's called Everybody Can't Go.
Everybody Can't Go. That's right. He dropped a single today. We're probably gonna get that on this morning. It's called Bron.
Yeah, and he before that he put out another record with Lil Wayne. I forgot the name of that record though.
Big Dog.
Big Dog.
Big Dog.
There you go.
And also, Dean Phillips will be joining us.
Dean Phillips is a U.S. representative of Minnesota. He is in Congress. He's also a 2024 presidential candidate. Not just any candidate. He's the only Democrat who has decided to primary Joe Biden. The only Democrat who's actually decided to challenge Joe Biden, like somebody from the actual party.
Right.
So his political career is probably over. But, he'll
be all right.
Trust me, when you hear his backstory.
Right. Yeah, when you hear his backstory, he'll be all right.
You know his backstory. You know why you know his backstory? Because you've drank Belvedere vodka before.
Correct.
and they used to own it. But we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about all that.
Yes.
All right, well, let's get the show cracking. We got Teslin Figueroa coming up. Front page news in a second. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, over the weekend, you got the playoffs, the wild card round. Now, the Texans take on the Browns tomorrow at 4:30. The Steelers take on the Bills Sunday at 1. The Dolphins take on the Chiefs at 8. And your Cowboys take on the Packers at 4:30.
The road to the Super Bowl starts for my Dallas Cowboys on Sunday at 4:30 because he already
That's
knows.
not your team.
He already knows
You a
what I
Jets
know.
fan.
Let me tell you something that I've been getting asked all week long that I've never been getting asked that I'm taking as a sign. People have been asking me, "Are you going to the Super Bowl?" Not as in my Cowboys. Are you? And I said, yes. If my Cowboys go, do you know something I don't know? Yeah.
I don't know how you want to put that, but I feel like you do this every year. But good morning, Tez.
Absolutely do this every year, but that's okay. Hold the line, Charlamagne. Good morning, DJ Envy.
Good morning.
All right, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about this, the U.S. and U.K. carrying out strikes.
Yeah, a lot was going on yesterday. The United States and the U.K., as you mentioned, carried out strikes against the Houthi rebels. Let's go to CBS for the report, and I have some more information on the other side.
The United States and the United Kingdom have carried out airstrikes on Houthi rebels in Yemen. This comes after the Iranian-backed militia group attacked cargo ships and tankers in the Red Sea. There have been more than 24 attacks since October.
Now, I want you to take a listen to the response by President Biden in the White House. This is the reasoning on why he said he ordered those airstrikes. Take a listen.
He says, today, at my direction, U.S. military forces, together with the United Kingdom and with support from Australia, Bahrain, Canada, and the Netherlands. I think it's notable that Bahrain assisted here, another Middle East nation, successfully conducted strikes against a number of targets in Yemen used by Houthi rebels to endanger freedom of navigation in one of the world's most vital waterways. He says that these strikes are in direct response to Houthi attacks on international maritime vessels. In other words, they are not attacking military vessels. They are simply attacking commercial vessels that are transporting oil, natural gas, and other goods through the Red Sea.
Now, here's where the conflict comes in among leaders. Now, progressive leaders, guys like Representative Roques said that the way the president went about this was the wrong way. He tweeted that in Article 1 of the Constitution, the president needs to come to Congress before launching a strike against Houthi in Yemen and involving us in another Middle East conflict. Also, progressive Congresswoman Representative Rashida Tlaib, she tweeted, the president is violating Article 1 of the Constitution by carrying out airstrikes in Yemen without congressional approval. The American people are tired of endless war. And this is where you get a chance to see, a lot of folks like to say they're progressives, but this is where you get a chance to see who are really the progressive leaders in Congress and also, our activists who are progressive that will be speaking out against this. So I went and talked to former state Ohio Senator Nina Turner, who folks have heard here on the Breakfast Club many times. I want you to take a listen to what she told me.
Article 1 of the Constitution is very clear that he cannot do that without the authorization of Congress, and Congress has not given him any authorization. As a matter of fact, on January 6th of 2020, President Joe Biden tweeted the following. He said, let's be clear. Donald Trump does not have the authority to take us into war with Iran without congressional approval. A president should never take this nation to war without the informed consent. He also, during a Dem debate, said that we would not be in political wars. But we see all of that as a lie. Congress, where are you? Get on your job. We got all of these wars going on. It's the Ukraine, now it's Yemen. We are funding the slaughter of Palestinians by Israel in the Middle East. All of these things being done in our name. Congress, stand up and get a backbone.
Well, you heard that. Now, also, let me give you this last one, and I'll toss it back to you guys. I also reached out to foreign policy expert Dr. Lamont Hill, and again, directing folks, he's been on the Breakfast Club before. You guys need to check out that interview. But I wanted to know his opinion and what this looks like, and how it affects, us overall and the future. This is what he had to say.
President Biden's decision to bomb Yemen was unauthorized and illegal, but it was also really, really dangerous. By escalating things in Yemen, it is going to only enrage other Shia groups around the region. We could see a full-scale war in the Middle East. This teaches us, as history always has, that violence leads to more violence. If Biden had used that same energy to negotiate a ceasefire, to demand that Israel stop bombing and sieging Gaza, then we wouldn't be looking at potentially World War III and, honestly, a political climate that makes Donald Trump and the Republicans seem reasonable and patient by comparison.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? Last night, my good sister Angela Rye and I were up at MSNBC to do Joy Reid's show, and we got preempted because of the U.S. airstrikes. And there is nothing that raises anxiety levels like being in a newsroom when something like this happens. Because as we're walking through the hall, and the MSNBC employee that's walking with us was getting alerts about World War III, like how Mark just referenced. And I was like, well, what's happening? Did somebody drop off a nuke or something? So it's just like, yeah, Mark is he's absolutely right. Like, and it's amazing how when it comes to things we actually need, we can't ever get it because we can't get congressional approval. But when they want to do something, they'll bypass congressional approval every time. Every time.
And they were saying it affects us a lot on the local level. For people that say, well, how does this affect us every day? They're saying that if Iran jumps in, which they are assuming will happen, that the prices of gasoline will shoot up ridiculous amounts. So they were saying where barrels are like $68 a barrel, it could get close to $100 a barrel, which means that you're going to be paying $7, $8 a gallon for gas.
Well, Iran already said they're ready to respond to U.S. aggression.
Yep.
So.
And it's also important to know, guys, that Republicans have backed this, just so folks can keep up with the partisan who's doing what. So progressives are speaking against this, saying that, again, you did this out of order. But some Republicans are showing support for this, saying they welcome this and that it's long overdue. That came from Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. So they are in totally support of this as well.
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Okay.
Did you say? What did you say?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. Okay. Yes, Mitch McConnell.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now, I'll see in about an hour what we talking about, Taz.
Yeah, folks, come back. We got to break down the closing arguments in Trump's civil fraud case. You know, we talked about him speaking in court. He did speak in court. So we'll be breaking that down for you guys at 7.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. And I just want to salute this couple out in New York, Long Island. They just celebrated their 80th wedding anniversary.
Damn.
80th wedding anniversary.
How old are they?
He's 103. She's 102.
Oh man, I pray to God to get that
80th
kind
anniversary.
of life.
What?
I pray to God to get that kind of long life.
80th.
I really do. That's something I put in the air every day. I would
Absolutely.
love to live to be 103, be married for 80 plus years.
That's right.
I just need my brain and my penis to still work, man. That's it. I need my brain and my penis to still work. That's all I need, man.
Okay. All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Oh, peace and blessings. Good morning, guys. DJ Envy, what's up?
Sean Stone, what's up?
Peace, Sean Stone.
Bless up, man. Hey, I was watching the Cat Williams interview, Charlamagne, and he called out your spiritual leader, Mr. T.D. Jakes, the bishop, for being at Diddy's party. And we just wondering if 50 Cent ain't trying to go to Diddy's party, why is he at Diddy's party?
Why you are the most judgmental Christian person I know. It's very strange. Like it's really strange. Like, and by the way, let me ask you a question. You think you walk in Diddy's parties and it's people just naked having sex in the middle of the floor? Like, you think that's what's really going on?
Listen, if Cat Williams and 50 Cent don't want to go to Diddy's party, and 50 Cent always saying Diddy's party is like a lot of homosexual parties.
Sean,
why is the bishop here?
Sean, listen, Sean, listen, seriously.
Friday.
Yo, y'all got to stop believing every single conspiracy theory just because somebody says it. Like, first of all, I've never been to a Diddy party, but Diddy's parties are legendary, right?
They are legendary. And don't say it like I've been there.
You've never DJ'd a Diddy party?
No.
Oh, but mad people have been going to Diddy parties over the years. Now all of a sudden somebody puts something out on TikTok of all places and y'all run with it. This is why I don't like the worldwide nigga net. I don't know what's true and I don't know what's not true, but I know that TikTok shouldn't be your source of information.
Now
I know.
Now Diddy used to have parties in Manhattan in the city at clubs that everybody went to, but these people are talking about parties at Diddy's house. But like you said, who cares about the truth when the lies more entertaining?
Nobody cares about the truth when the lies more entertaining. By the way, I've been to a Bishop T.D. Jakes' birthday party, and Diddy was there. What does that mean?
Nothing.
We with all the church folks, and guess what? We all went to church Sunday morning. We was all at the Potter's house Sunday morning. I think sometimes what we also forget about these situations is I don't know what somebody got going on. So I might go to a person's party, I might have a meeting with a person. I might support a person. Then you find out later this person was doing a lot of foul stuff behind the scenes.
That has nothing to do with you.
That has nothing to do with you.
Nope.
Like, that is so silly. Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. Like, when people try to give folks flack when you see them in old pictures with a Bill Cosby or old pictures with a Harvey Weinstein. How was they supposed to know what the hell was going on?
I agree with you. Hello, who's this?
Hey, Envy. This is Derek from Jersey.
Hey, Derek from Jersey. Good morning.
Good morning, Breakfast Club. Good morning, brothers. How are y'all this morning?
Peace, good. What's going on?
So, Envy,
Yes,
I was looking at the interview with the Native Land podcast yesterday, and I caught a vibe. Like, I thought you were letting loose a little bit of beige rage in regards to the lazy journalism and the misleading headlines. And I was wondering, is that pertaining to any, let's say, controversies that may have been reported lately?
No, I think you may be
Yes,
looking
it
too
is.
far.
But it is. It's all of it. We just was talking about it before we answered the call.
It's everything. I think a lot of times people don't do their homework when it comes to everything. We just had that conversation about TD Jakes and Diddy. A lot of people just look at headlines and don't necessarily want to read the actual facts.
Yo, Envy, forget the headlines. Nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. People just want to be entertained nowadays.
Absolutely.
They don't care about what's true and what's not true ever.
Yeah, but that's what everything, not just my stuff. That's
No,
with everything.
Everything all across the board. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, 2024 is going to be the worst year we've ever experienced in regards to misinformation. It is a presidential election year, not just here in America, but also in South Africa. In a minute, you're not going to know what to believe.
What's true, what's not true.
And I pray some Orson Welles War of the Worlds type stuff don't happen because of it. If you don't know what Orson Welles War of the Worlds is, Google is your friend. Do your Googles.
Well, hopefully Google is correct, though. But anyway, get it off your chest.
It will be about Orson Welles. Damn.
800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Ray.
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is.
We live?
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. It's your boy Lovey from the Peace King.
Peace, King. What up, Lovey? How you, brother?
What up, Lovey?
I'm blessed, black, and hot today, but I do have an announcement this morning. I know I jumped on talking about my wifey, as I got dudes DMing me about 10 political stands now. I won't let the world know I'm around for all the smoke. My problem is, you dudes is corny getting that ladies DMs and disrespecting them. With the rash of domestic violence, I need us to raise our little kinks better on how to treat queens.
Oh, I agree with that always, my brother.
So tell Chaz I'm out here writing for my Breakfast Club family, period. Happy Freaky Friday. Have a blessed day, my king.
Yes, sir. Peace,
Have a good
King.
one, brother. Hello, who's this?
Oh, good morning. This is Becky from New Jersey.
Hey,
Peace,
Becky
Bucky.
from New Jersey.
You
Good
said
morning.
Becky or Bucky?
Becky.
No, it's Becky, Charlamagne. It's Becky. And it ain't white girl Becky either.
I'm not judging. How are you, Becky?
What's up, Becky?
I am great. I'm great. How are you guys doing this morning?
Blessed, black, and
good.
highly favored.
Great. Yesterday was my birthday. I shared with you Mary J. Blige.
Oh, well, happy birthday,
Happy
mama.
belated.
Thank you. I'm very blessed. I made it another year. And I wanted to share that. And also, I'm off today, so I'm going to be relaxing and chilling.
As
and
you
I
should.
always listen to you guys in the morning. You guys are just pure entertainment. I love you guys. I'm always supporting.
Well, thank you.
mama.
You got a long 3-day weekend to enjoy your born day, too.
You know it. Thank you so much.
And you share your birthday with Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, you know it. 111. That's the number.
There you go.
The blessing. The Capricorns are here.
Damn. Yesterday was 111. I didn't do no prayer portaling yesterday.
Hello, who's this?
How you doing? It's Jamal.
Jamal, what up? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, man. I formerly served in the New York Army State National Guard, and it's just everything that's going on overseas right now is just confusing, and I'm just frustrated. We need to find a better way.
Word. I agree with you, my
Absolutely, brother.
Charlamagne the God, peace, King, peace.
Peace, black man.
All righty, brother.
Indeed. You already.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up at any time.
Oh, and you know what? I want to tell people, too, make sure to go check out the good sister Jess Hilarious official. She'll be in Philadelphia tonight, one night only at Excite Center at Parks Casino, 8 p.m. Excite Center at Parks Casino, 8 p.m. in Philadelphia. Jess Hilarious official, and the good brother Desi Alexander will be performing there tonight.
Okay. Yeah, salute to Jess Hilarious. All right, when we come back, we got your rumor report. Yesterday, Young Thug trial, the YSL Rico trial, they mentioned LeBron James and Serena Williams. Kind of weird, but we'll get into that next, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody.
Shut up.
Everybody.
Shut up.
Everybody.
You sound stupid.
Everybody.
The Bobs don't even like you.
I love everybody. Salute to all the Bobs. Good morning, Bobs.
They don't like you.
That's all right. God bless them.
Who got you?
Great energy for the new year. God bless everybody.
Okay. Salute to all the Bobs out there.
Morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Young Thug.
Rumor has it. Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on The Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. Now, yesterday, Young Thug was in court, and one of YSL's co-founders, Tick, was testifying over the last couple of days. But now, Young Thug's defense lawyer did a cross-examination and asked him several questions like Serena Williams and what he thought about Serena Williams and some of the things that she does when she's playing tennis.
Do you know who Serena Williams is?
Yes.
Have you seen her at Wimbledon doing what's called a crip walk? Do you know what a crip walk is, first of all?
I don't watch tennis.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Kokomo. Through your understanding of your consumption, that means what you learn about, what you see, what you attracts you, your interest, is gang culture promoted via entertainment?
Yes.
You ever hear of the expression a studio gangster?
Yes.
Tell the ladies and gentlemen jury what that means.
Somebody who rapping about, we're in the studio talking about gangster stuff.
And that's for entertainment, right? It's for promotion.
Yeah.
Do you know who LeBron James is?
Man, what is happening?
Yes.
Who is, tell the ladies and gentlemen jury who LeBron James is.
NBA player.
And have you seen him do the wiping of the nose and say slime?
What the hell? Okay. Who is that human Jar Hellman's trying to demonize all these great black icons? What does LeBron and Serena have to do with the YSL case? What's the reason? What's the purpose? What's the point? What am I missing?
No, he was just saying that some of the stuff that they're accusing Young Thug, some of the gang-affiliated things, the handshakes, the dances, and all that it's just culture. That Serena Williams was doing crip walking as she won a match, and that LeBron James does different handshakes with different players.
I ain't never
on the
seen
team.
LeBron do none of that.
He does. They actually had a video of him doing that.
Okay, boy, shut up.
It's out there.
I've never seen, but I don't know what that means. I thought he had a runny nose. Jesus Christ.
He does different handshakes with different people.
Anyway,
that doesn't mean he's gang affiliated.
It's culture. So he's trying to show it's not necessarily gang related. It's just
culture, hip hop culture.
I don't know if I don't would call it hip hop culture, but it's just performative. It's what people do.
Yeah, he also.
So he's right. They should have played Fat Joe and leaned back when Fat Joe said, well, that word that you can't say no more. Even made gang signs commercial. Even Lil Bow Wow throwing it up. B2K crip walking like that.
That's what's up.
He should have played that in court as exhibit B or C or D or whatever, however they do it.
Maybe they're listening today. Maybe they'll do that today.
Yeah, or if they're listening, they just heard you say LeBron's in the game.
I didn't say LeBron was in the game.
That's exactly what you said.
I said LeBron does.
He did it. I saw him do it. I seen him do it.
I said LeBron does the handshake.
I've never seen him do it.
You on Shade Room? Shade Room showed the video.
I ain't see it.
We gonna be watching. We gonna be watching. And he also talks about
I'm watching
Lil Wayne.
Now, this is the same person that the jurors have heard about through your testimony a lot. Is that fair to say? Person that you really like?
Yes.
The artist? And do you know his real name to be Dwayne Carter?
Yes.
This is the same Mr. Carter you spoke about who was under and worked with Brian Birdman Williams. Is that the same person?
Yes.
All right. Now, on this picture, Mr. Williams, number 31, do you notice any tattooing of the face of Lil Wayne?
Yes.
Do you have tattoos on your face?
Yes.
And does Mr. Williams or Jeffrey?
Yes.
Do you see some stars around the neckline?
Yes.
And how many stars do you count?
5.
And what color are the stars? And there may be multiple colors. You can name them all if you want.
Red.
And what he was trying to say is that Thug got those tattoos because he was inspired by Lil Wayne, and that's what he was saying, that, you know, these artists inspire him, and that's the reason why he got those tattoos. That's what his lawyer was trying to say.
I get it. I'd have just been on the stand like one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Okay. You might as well be. Jesus Christ.
Now, some serious news. Michael Strahan, his daughter, revealed yesterday on Good Morning America that she has brain cancer. Now, this is
horrible.
This is really scary if you have kids out there, because, you know, sometimes when your kids say they have headaches or they have something bothering them, you don't know how far to go. Meaning, do you just give them a Tylenol? Do you just go take them to the doctor? Or do you go extra far to make sure that there's nothing happen? And listen what happened to Michael Strahan's daughter.
Soon after starting college, the then 18-year-old freshman begins experiencing excruciating headaches.
I didn't notice anything was off till probably September, like October 1st. That's when I definitely noticed headaches, nausea, couldn't walk straight.
And what did you think was going on at the time?
I thought I had vertigo.
You know, 18 years old at the time, you're not thinking this. Maybe it's vertigo, maybe it's something else, but she's young, she's strong, she's healthy. Look at her, she looks great.
A few weeks later, on October 25th, her condition taking a turn for the worst.
I woke up, but I was throwing up blood, and my sister, I was like, this probably isn't good. So I texted her, who then notified the whole family.
And then that was when we decided you need to really go get a thorough checkup. And thank goodness for the doctor. I feel like this doctor saved her life.
Damn. Yeah. Man, sorry for her. Definitely sending her healing energy.
Absolutely.
And you think about stuff like that, right? Like all the times you feel like, you know, you got a migraine and the migraine won't go away. You know, yeah, you just don't know when to go. Now, throwing up blood is definitely a sign that you need to go see somebody, but she probably had needed to go see somebody a whole lot earlier. So I wonder what symptoms in the body should you really look out for when you're dealing with something like that to know you need to go to the doctor.
Well, she already had brain surgery, several rounds of radiation, and she's doing chemotherapy next month. Now, here's the diagnosis.
Doctors suddenly telling Isabella she's developed a fast-growing 4-centimeter tumor in the back of her brain. Its size larger than a golf ball. Isabella's diagnosis, medulloblastoma, which accounts for 20% of all childhood brain tumors. About 500 children per year are diagnosed, most commonly between ages 5 to 9.
Hey, man, sending healing energy to the whole Strahan family. That's the worst feeling in the world, when your child is dealing with some type of ailment and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's right.
There's nothing you can do about it except for pray, you know, take them to the hospital and wish for the best. There's no more hopeless feeling than that. So definitely sending healing energy and strength to the good brother Michael Strahan and his family.
Absolutely. Salute to Michael Strahan. And again, sending healing energy. My daughter had bad headaches when she was a freshman as well. And the sad thing about it is when you go to the doctor at first, the first thing they usually tell you to do is take a Tylenol, or they say take aspirin, and they don't want to go to the, you know, to really do the scan, and you really have to push and you really have to pressure them to do it, which we finally did. But it took a long time to get that done, because at first, the first thing that they wanted to do is just say, just take a Tylenol, or just take an aspirin. And sometimes you get nervous, and it's more than that. And thank God that, you know, they would to the full thing and did a scan.
This is why I want Wakanda-like technology. I want something that, like, you can just go and stand in, and whatever's going on with your body, it'll just tell you right then and there, without them having to probe and everything else.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about probing. I had a prostate exam last week. I ain't been farting right since. Never mind.
Wait, why'd you get a prostate? You didn't say you were going to get a prostate exam.
I don't feel like talking about it right now. I talked about it on the podcast this week. I'm very idiot. I don't feel like talking about it right now.
So, but you went. Never mind.
But you should. Everybody out there should go get a prostate exam. That is the moral of the story. Go get a prostate exam.
One finger or two.
Even if you don't fart right, you know, for a while.
Or 3. KY Vaseline.
I don't want to talk. It's enough.
And that is your rumor report. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. Teslin Figaro will be joining us, and then Benny the Butcher will be in the building. His album comes out January 26th. Everybody can't go. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. The Browns play the Texans tomorrow. Steelers take on the Bills Sunday at 1. Dolphins take on the Chiefs at 8. And the Cowboys play the Packers at 4:30.
Say that with your chest, man.
I was going to say something
say
really
that with
foul,
more, say that
my
with more
team
energy.
ain't playing, so I'm just going to be polite and nice. The Cowboys take on the Packers at 4:30.
Yeah, don't let the devil use you this morning. You know what I mean? Let me and my team cook on Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Cowboys, the road to the Super Bowl starts for us on Sunday at 4:30, baby, against those Green Bay Fudge Packers.
Oh, boy. Well, good luck to you. What's up, Tez?
Good morning, DJ Envy. Good morning, Charlamagne the God. Let's talk a little bit about Trump yesterday in his closing arguments in his civil fraud trial in New York. Let's take a listen to the report.
Former President Donald Trump took time off the campaign trail today for closing arguments in his civil fraud trial in New York City, where he is accused of falsifying financial documents for a decade. CBS's Robert Costa is outside the courthouse.
With his businesses in New York at risk, and after a long day in court, former President Donald Trump arrived at one of his New York properties to speak to reporters.
We have our best poll numbers, we have the best everything despite this, and maybe because of this.
With just days before the Iowa caucuses, Trump says his legal challenges here in New York and elsewhere are now part of the campaign trail. Are you planning to show up in court?
Yeah, I want to go to all of my trials.
Now, during court, we talked about this the other day about would he pull a Nino Brown, and you can pretty much say that he did. I wish they had audio where we could actually hear what happened in court, but I'll just break it down quickly. The judge did allow him to speak. He spoke from the defense table with his comments, and pretty much similar to what he said public, all year, which is about it being a witch hunt. After several minutes, Judge Engoron interrupted and said, 1 minute only. Trump responded to the judge, "You have your own agenda." I understand that. So basically told the judge that he has an agenda. The judge then had to tell his attorney to please control your client. He said, and Trump went on to say, "Your Honor, I did nothing wrong. They should pay me for what I've had to go through." Now, he walked out the courtroom while the state was still finishing their closing argument, went to his 40 Wall Street building, pumping his fist in the air. His supporters were cheering him on, and then he addressed the media and made remarks about New York Attorney General Letitia James. Take a listen.
And all politically motivated. She campaigned on "I will get Trump." If you've ever seen any of her clips, they're horrible clips, actually. The anger, she's got serious Trump derangement syndrome. There's no question about Letitia James, the corrupt Attorney General of New York.
Trump derangement syndrome is hilarious.
That is crazy.
Y'all never.
No, I've heard them say that before. Trump derangement syndrome, but it's just hilarious.
Yeah, and so he talks about it like it's a real disease. New York Attorney General Letitia James, she says she is unbothered by his comments. Let's take a listen.
This case has never been about politics, or personal vendetta, or about name calling. This case is about the facts and the law. And Mr. Donald Trump violated the law. I trust that justice will be done.
I don't think nobody is unbothered by Donald Trump. I think that's impossible. I think it's impossible to be unbothered by Donald Trump because it's always surreal to me that a man can be dealing with all these criminal and civil cases and still be running for president of the United States of America. Not just running, but actually busting President Biden's ass in the polls. And I was wondering if they will ever amend the Constitution to prevent things like this from happening in the future. I know in regards to the insurrection, there's the 14th Amendment, but I'm talking something else that says if you're dealing with all these criminal, cases,
you can't run for president.
You can't run for the highest office in the land. I know this is just a civil case we're talking about, but I'm just saying, like, if you're dealing with all these criminal cases, you can't run for the highest office in the land.
The only problem is if you're supposed to be not guilty,
innocent until proven
guilty, right? So that kind of takes from that.
Yeah, but how about you should prove your guilt first? Prove your innocence first. For to run for president, because how can you simultaneously care about what's going on with the American people when you got so much else going on in your personal life?
But you can charge. Well, you can't charge, but you can sue anybody for anything civilly, and people can be charged wrongly. Wrongly accused for anything.
Yeah, but 91 criminal charges when you're running for president of the United States of America. I'm talking about. Think about the circumstances. This ain't no normal position that he's running for. He's running for president of the United States of America.
But if you take Trump out of it and you put another president that people just don't like, maybe the government just don't like. The government could just create false charges to make sure that person don't run.
Hey,
then you got to worry about that.
Sure, but if you got 91 criminal charges, 91,
right?
Come on, man.
Well, sound like y'all need to be on the House floor debating that. Maybe that's something they can look into. Congress has the ability to change laws, so if they think that's something should happen, they can do that. I just want to remind people that the Iowa caucus is Monday, so this is it'll end pretty late. Starts around 7:00. Now, caucuses are very different. You're not just going in and just selecting somebody, so they actually have to convince other voters. So this is where we get to see, put up or shut up, who's going to be voting for who. We'll be covering that on Monday to see how they determine who they want to be their Republican nominee. No more polls. It gets real on Monday.
I don't know what's going to happen. Like, that's why they say you always got to play the game. But I hope Nikki Haley wins the Iowa caucus, because then I hope that would make the GOP say, you know what? This might be our person. Let's get away from all this baggage. Let's get away from the person with 91 criminal charges and all these civil cases, and hitch our wagon to something that got a lot less baggage.
And just to add on to that, when you talk about the 91 cases, when you heard Trump earlier in the clip say that he plans on going to all of his court dates, and just for the folks to know, there are 25 legal political dates as of now that start from January 8th. Going all the way into August 5th.
And so you got to simultaneously do that and campaign to be president of the United States of America. When you hear him talk and he's not talking about, legislation, when he's not talking about policies he wants to implement, it's because he's preoccupied, people.
But he's never talked about legislation and policies he wanted to implement before.
Yes, he did. Build the wall.
That's all he ever said.
Okay? Build the wall.
That's all he ever said.
America first. Okay? We know what those things mean. All right?
All right.
And let me just say this clearly, because I want to make sure when I say 25 dates, those are not all dates. Those are like filing motions, going to court, anything around anything legal. There's 25.
Right.
That's correct. From January 8th all the way to
with everything going on in America, I need somebody that's really highly focused on America and can really micromanage what's going on in this country and around the world. You can't have somebody who's preoccupied with civil, not even just civil, the criminal cases more than anything. Like, no.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that is Front Page News. Thank you, Tiz.
Absolutely. You guys have a great weekend.
You
Peace,
too.
Tiz. And make sure you subscribe to Tedlin Figaro's podcast, the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, and follow at Tedlin Figaro on all social media platforms.
All right. When we come back, Benny the Butcher will be joining us. His album comes out January 26th. Everybody Can't Go. And we're going to chop it up with him next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
The Butcher. Salute to Benny the Butcher, man. Album Everybody Can't Go. It's out now, right?
No, January 26th.
Oh, no, come out to the 26th?
26.
Damn.
26. That's right.
Well,
what comes out today is the Book of Clarence.
The Book of Clarence definitely comes out today.
Yeah, that's out today.
Great movie. You know what I watched recently too, because we're sitting down with Ava DuVernay because she's got a movie coming out called Origin.
Mm-hmm.
It's based off the book Cast, which I read by Isabel Wilkerson. Fantastic movie. And I didn't know how she was going to turn it into an actual movie.
Mm-hmm.
She did a great job.
Yeah.
When I tell you, Ava DuVernay don't never waste her art.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about, certain rappers never wasting a bar, like Jay-Z never wasted a bar. Or, you never heard Jadakiss waste a bar. You never heard Andre 3000 or Scarface waste a bar. That's what she does with her art.
Very meaningful.
Very meaningful. Very meaningful. Absolutely.
She doesn't do it for fun. She doesn't do it for a check. Everything means something with Ava DuVernay, which is pretty dope. Can't wait to chop it up with her.
And salute to my man Wallow, man. I'll be in Philly tomorrow with my guy Wallow. Wallow's doing his first ever PodCon.
Okay.
Yeah, so myself and Gary V, my good sister Dolly Bishop, who's the president of the Black Effect Podcast Network with iHeart, we'll be in Philadelphia tomorrow for Wallow's PodCon. So go to Wallow's Instagram page, Wallow267, to get more information on that. Or, as a matter of fact, go to the PodCon page, for more information on that.
Okay.
I'll be there tomorrow. And salute to Philly, man. I told you earlier, Jessica Larry's gonna be in Philly tonight, right?
You did.
Yeah, she's gonna be in Philly at the Parks Casino.com for one night only at 8 p.m. Excite Center at Parks Casino tonight. Her and Desi Alexander.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salutes Jess Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when we come back, we got to talk about Pete Davidson. He said he was high when he was at Aretha Franklin's funeral. We'll tell you about that. Also,
why was Pete Davidson at Aretha Franklin's funeral? Aretha Franklin died a while ago, too.
We'll talk about it because he just talked about it in his stand-up. And also,
he must have been there with somebody he's dating.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we come back. And also, what would make you have to take 18 drinks a day?
Stress.
Well, we'll talk about who is that stressed out when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
If you mean.
Morning, everybody. everybody, it's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Pete Davidson.
Rumor has it, rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. Now, Pete Davidson dropped a new Netflix special. It's called Turbo Fonzarelli. And during this special, he talks about being high going to a funeral, and the person's funeral that he went to was the icon Aretha Franklin.
It's embarrassing when you're not on ketamine anymore, though. You're like, ooh, ugh. I'm embarrassed. I was out and about like that. That's not cool, you know. I was at funerals like that. That's up, right? I was at Aretha Franklin's funeral like that. Yeah, I have to live with that. You know what I mean? She'll never know, but still, it's not the point. You know what I mean? If she was there, she would probably be like, hey, who are you and what the are you doing at my funeral? You know, I don't know. It's embarrassing. I was so high, I thought it'd be a good idea to go up to her family and go, hey, I'm just here to pay my RESPECTs. Yes.
Now you're probably thinking like I was, like, what the hell was he doing at Aretha Franklin's
Yeah, I
funeral?
feel like you buried the lead. Why was Pete
at the
Davidson
time he was engaged to Ariana Grande, and of course Ariana Grande had a great relationship with Aretha Franklin. Everybody loved Ariana Grande's voice.
Ariana and Aretha had a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Ariana can't sing, though. That is the fact.
Yeah, she can sing.
And the moral of that story, drugs and vagina will have you doing some strange things. Okay?
Okay.
That's the moral of that story.
All right. Well, TJ Holmes and Amy Roback talk about a time that they spent $2,800 on liquor. That's how stressed they were.
Was it white liquor?
We added up December.
Oh my goodness.
How much money
So embarrassing.
we spent on alcohol for the month. And we were able to do this by going back and looking at receipts from our account, also looking at Drizzly.
Yeah, we love Drizzly.
How much we ordered.
It's an absurd number.
Well, okay. We spent in the month of December $2,869 on alcohol alone. Period.
So, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
I mean, I don't know what. I thought the number would be higher, to be honest with you.
I'm over 30 drinks a week then.
Okay.
And that is appalling to me. That is embarrassing to me. That is not what I wish it were.
So I can easily go through 18 drinks a day.
I just looked up what Drizzly is. It's an alcohol delivery service.
You don't know what Drizzly is?
No, never heard of it. I'm old school. I go to the liquor store and get my liquor.
Yeah, it's a delivery service, and most people that listen to podcasts, Drizzly sponsors a lot of podcasts, so his portion of the podcast is brought to you by Drizzly.
Huh?
That's how it usually is. I've done it a million times.
Do they sponsor us, though?
They sponsor a lot of the stuff on Black Effect.
Drizzly?
Yeah.
That's news to me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be making up stuff about my company, bro. You just made that up.
Well, the Casey
Man,
Crew
shut up. Don't be making up that.
No,
Like, what?
The Casey Crew podcast is on iHeart, and I'm sure it's on Black Effect as well. And
Casey Crew's not on Black Effect?
Oh, it's on iHeart. Well, we do it on iHeart.
Oh, I'm about to like, what are you talking about? I know my sponsors for my company. I'm like, what?
Well, it was on the Casey Crew podcast.
Oh, okay.
And that's on iHeart. But I've done it before for
Casey
Crew podcast.
What I would like to say is that this has been a terrible year for interracial relationships.
Oh, boy.
All right,
That's all you got?
Dr. Umar couldn't be more proud. I mean, between Jonathan Majors and his Snow Queen, between Jeezy and Jenny Ma and TJ and Amy, interracial relationships seem terrible. Like, where are the positive examples of interracial relationships in mainstream media? Jonathan Majors got misdemeanor charges, Jeezy and Jenny Ma got a divorce, and TJ and Amy were alcoholics. What the hell is happening?
I am totally against it.
Where is the positive examples of interracial relationships in mainstream media? Look at you. You're thinking.
I'm trying to find one.
Think of one.
Trying to find one.
Can't think of one.
Gotta be one, Red. You can't think of one, Red? Gotta be one.
Wow.
Give me 5 seconds.
Wow.
5.
Wow.
4.
Wow.
3.
You thought the grass was green on the other side, and look at you.
1. It's not one?
Not one.
Come on, it gotta be one.
Damn.
Somebody help me. Help me, somebody. Help me. No, not one.
Not one. Well, salute to TJ and Amy. I hope they get assistance for that. I hope they get help for that. By the way, if you Drizzly and you see somebody ordering that much, at some point do you be like, maybe we need to stop delivering to them?
That's just the app. It's like Uber Eats. If you fat, Uber Eats gonna keep coming to your house. It doesn't stop.
Damn, you're right. Damn, you're right. Because it's like a bartender, right? At some point, the bartender got to stop serving you if they...
Yeah, but they're not a bartender. They just... I'm trying to look on the wall to see if there's any interracial relationship.
You think that I'd have interracial relationships on the wall? And I'm actually... Dr. Umar going on that wall. I'm not joking. We doing this wall over here. Y'all think you already seen the design.
I know.
Over here, I got a big picture of Dr. Umar going up here.
Damn.
Okay.
Can't find one. Think of one. All right. I can't think of one. All right.
Oh, man.
Now we got Kai Cenat. He reacts to Charlamagne shouting him out and giving him some praise on his stream.
He shouldn't have been criticizing Kai in the first place. I don't know Kai from a can of paint, never met the young man, but I salute that young man. Charlamagne! Everything that he's built. You know why? Because Kai Cenat is everything we say we want hip-hop to be.
Yo, that's a big statement, bro. Elliot did respond immediately after Nicki's tweet about him, but the way I view it as with the Elliot post and was, I just think like right now, today's day and age, people been doing it for so long, right? That it's been the same matter for years. And when there's a new thing that's out, they can't really grasp and understand it. Streaming is a baby. It's very new to like the music industry and shit like that. Charlamagne, appreciate you, bro. It's DJ NB. Watch it, Breakfast Club. Yeah, that's fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that hard.
Shout out to Kai Cenat.
Yeah, dropping the clues bombs for Kai Cenat, man. Salute to that young man. I stand on everything I said. He's a very positive young man. He's not online setting himself on fire for views. He's just having a good time in there dancing with his mom and sister, listening to music, critiquing music. It's everything we love about hip-hop.
Yeah, but like you said, everything changes. There's evolution. There's the way that we did things and not the way that our elders did it. The way that he's doing things is not the way that we do it. And it's dope what he's doing. He's 22 years old.
I thank God.
And he's doing well. Extremely well.
I thank God that young man isn't doing anything
that we
were doing.
You're right.
Okay?
And that's what I'm saying. You're absolutely
we are here to teach people early what we learned late.
Correct.
Okay, so salute to Kai Cenat.
That's right. All right, and that is your rumor report. Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck, interracial relationship. Latino, white.
What that mean?
That's one.
We gotta see how that. We gotta see how that turns out.
That's Dirk.
I'm really talking about black men.
The people think Lil Durk.
No. Forget off. What I'm specifically talking about is black men who choose partners that aren't black women. That's what I'm specifically talking about, because you know that I believe in black love. I believe black men should be with black women and have beautiful black families. That is just my personal opinion. Okay, if you don't like it, at Dr. Umar Johnson, okay? DRUMARJOHNSON. Take it up with him, okay? I'm not going back and forth with you about it, all right? But Dr. Umar will.
All right. Just trying to look at our wall to see. No, not Kendrick, not J. Cole, not Hove, not
J. Cole's
Ray
the
J.
product of a one, but no.
No, I don't want to mention Kanye. No.
Kanye definitely. Kanye definitely love him a snow bunny.
All right, forget it.
He buy him by the dozen. They all look alike too. He missed one, the next one coming, and it looked just like the first one that left.
Yeah, you're right. All right, well, that is your rumor report. What you giving your donkey to?
Listen, 4 after the hour, man. This is the first donkey of the this is the first donkey of the year from Florida. His name is Kurt Beck, and we're gonna have a conversation with you about. You know what? We'll talk about it when we come back 4 after the hour.
It only took 5 days. We just only been here 5 days, but all right.
That's a long time for Florida.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Make sure you tell them to watch out for Florida, man.
The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. Yes, you are a donkey.
A Florida man attacked an ATM for a very strange reason. It gave him too much money. Florida man is arrested after deputies say he rigged the door to his home in an attempt to electrocute his pregnant wife. Police arrested an Orlando man for attacking a flamingo.
It's the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Donkey of the day. Charlamagne the God. I don't know why y'all keep letting him get y'all like this.
It's not me, it's y'all. Donkey of the day for Friday, January 12th goes to a 33-year-old Florida man named Kurt Beck. What does your Uncle Shala always say about the great state of Florida? The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida, and today is no exception. This is actually the first Florida donkey of 2024. I know we just got back on the 8th, but you mean to tell me Florida went all week without getting the donkey of the day? What happened, Florida? Y'all got saved? Did Erykah Badu go down there and sage the whole state? Did Sarah Jakes Roberts say a prayer for Florida? What's happening? Did everyone in Florida make a New Year's resolution to not be donkey of the day no more? Well, Kurt has already broke that resolution, and honestly, I have empathy for him. See, I try not to judge people based on what they do when they are in survival mode. And if I'm being honest, Kurt was just trying to survive. And yes, he did break the law, which is the reason he's getting donkey of the day today. But I feel like deputies with the Volusia County Sheriffs should have a heart. Okay, you don't got to be 10 men all your life, and even the 10 man long for a heart. See, according to an arrest affidavit, a cashier witnessed a man in a jacket leaving the store while concealing several bags of one of the greatest comfort foods ever created, a food that brings so many people together and brings us so much joy and causes us to socialize. And that food, ladies and gentlemen, is crab legs. Dropping a clues bomb for crab legs, okay? Now, this is Florida, so it's always an amazing, amazing plot twist. Now, Kurt had a friend with him, but the friend didn't steal anything. He was serving as more of a lookout, a sexy decoy, and he walked behind Kurt as they exited the store. Now, a store manager followed them out. Why? Huh? Whoever the store manager is, just know Winn-Dixie ain't dying for you. Okay, not nobody in Winn-Dixie is gonna put their life on the line for you. So why would you follow somebody outside and confront them over stealing crab legs? Okay, the only logical answer is there was like this crab leg shortage last year on red and blue king crabs, and maybe, just maybe, this store manager was planning to make a seafood boil, but he couldn't afford the crab legs until he got his next check. And if Kurt is stealing crab legs, then there won't be no crab legs for the store manager to buy when he gets paid. Okay. Now, I made this whole story up in my head, but the moral of it is, if I'm a store manager at Winn-Dixie, I'm not following you outside for nothing. Okay, you can have whatever you stole. Go home and crack those crab legs. We'll be all right. But if I follow you outside and confront you and you crack my head open like a king crab leg, then I won't be. Well, according to the arrest affidavit, the men attempted to leave, but their car wouldn't start. Florida, ladies and gentlemen, Florida. The car would not start. That's got to feel like Bruce Banner in Infinity War when Hulk couldn't come out to fight. I mean, of all the times for you not to start, Mr. Car, you're going to choose right now. If this isn't God letting you know that you're doing something wrong, then I don't know what is. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we steal crab legs and try to leave. Now, it gets better. Kurt, after his car wouldn't start, simply tried to give the crab legs back to the store manager. Now, if you ask me, the store manager should have just felt pity for these fools and taken the crab legs back. But no! This store manager said he was going to pursue criminal charges. He said Winn-Dixie was going to pursue criminal charges. I don't agree, but this man, Kirk, did break the law. So after they were in custody, right? Kurt admitted during questioning he knew what he did was wrong. Duh! Of course he knew it was wrong, but it was a chance he was willing to take, because what is a seafood boil without crab legs? All right, this man had a get-together planned, clearly a whole crab crack. He didn't have money for the crab legs because he probably spent his money on beer. Hell, it's Florida, so he probably spent money on some meth too. And fun fact, a couple of days ago, authorities found some meth in a crab boil at a Louisiana airport. True story, do your Googles. But back to Florida. When police questioned Kurt's homie that was with him, deputies learned that he did not steal any merchandise and was acting only as the driver for Kurt due to Kurt's license being suspended. Nothing like a criminal with a conscience, all right? He knows he can't commit 2 crimes. But if you ain't got no license and you don't got the kind of car that starts when you want to, you probably need to keep your getaway driving to a minimum. And the way you keep your getaway driving to a minimum is by not committing the crime in the first place. Now, we have a person who works here on the Breakfast Club. You have affectionately heard me refer to him as the president of the Fat Lives Matter Committee. He actually started with us here at the Breakfast Club as an intern back in like 2011 or 2012. And he's back with us now. He was back with us all last year. And, he didn't want to get on camera until he lost some weight. Because, camera adds about 10 pounds. So he lost the weight.
Did he?
Yeah. And he would like to come in and explain to us why Kurt doesn't deserve Donkey of the Day at all. Ladies and gentlemen, you see him on Wildin' Out. You see him on the road doing stand-up as one half of the duo, Thick and Thin. Please welcome the president of the Fat Lives Matter Committee. Big Mack is here.
Big Mack?
Yes. Our Fat Mack, as Rose calls him.
Did he lose weight?
He did. He looks thinner. Tell me, Mac.
He's just gonna lie in your face.
Tell me, Mac, why Kurt doesn't deserve Donkey at all?
One word: inflation. Have you heard of it? Like, come on now. The price of anything is way too high now, to the point where I'm surprised there's not more that's happening.
Yeah, higher food prices did boost overall inflation in December. That is true. How has it impacted you, Mac?
Impacted me? Come on now. I'm the president of the Fat Lives Matter. If the whole committee
I hate when you pull out
we had all type of meetings, so I did some independent research, right?
Oh my goodness.
So the fact that Crab legs, if you want 3 pounds of it, it's going for about $200 right now.
Wow.
$200, which is kind of crazy because now I understand why Mr. Krabs was so cheap because people was coming after him to get that $200. It's a lot right now.
So this guy stole about 6 pounds of crab legs.
Crazy.
Okay.
That's understand. You ain't got that much money.
How many pounds do you eat yourself?
Huh?
How many pounds do you eat yourself?
A metric ton is actually how it comes up on the scale. Google that. Anyway, so lobster tails.
Okay.
Crazy. $1.50.
A pound?
$1.50 for some lobster tails.
Damn.
Where are you shopping?
Listen, I'm trying to tell you. See, you guys. This is you on the rich side of the grocery store. This is the regular people. They trying to tax us early. But while I'm here, you know what I mean? I don't really get this opportunity. While I'm here and I got your ear, I got some other issues. The quarter pounder with cheese, the value meal, about $14.
That's too expensive.
Now, it's way too much.
Because the number two, right? The two cheeseburgers used to be $3.99, $2.99.
It's crazy.
Now it's like $8. That's too much.
That double quarter pounder better look like me for $14.
God damn. Who can eat all that?
That's not a value meal. What value is that? That's crazy. The price of eggs at one point were more expensive than Hunter Biden's cocaine.
Wow.
And that right there, and that's how you start your day with eggs. You guys eat eggs all. Well, I seen Charlamagne eat eggs.
How many eggs you eat?
How
many eggs you eat?
How much is a baker's? Was it like 13?
13.
Yeah.
2 of them. 2 bakers.
Jesus Christ.
26?
Yeah. Kool-Aid. I don't know last time y'all bought Kool-Aid. Remember the little packets? 49 cents. Growing up, it was 10 cents.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? You can get 50 cents, you get 5 of them, all the flavors.
Yeah.
Red, grape, fruit punch. Now, 50 cents get you one.
I hate how passionate you are about this.
Nah, listen, I don't get this opportunity. And listen, stores, Arizona iced teas, it says 99 cents on the can. Don't be charging me $1.50 for that.
It still say 99 cents on the
It
can?
says 99 cents on it. When I buy it and I ring, and guess what it says? 150. I'm like, nah, bro, that's got to come out your pocket.
All I hear is you talking about a bunch of stuff you shouldn't be eating no way.
And chip and dip. I got to make a decision in the store. Do I want the chip or do I want the dip? Because they're so expensive. And while I'm
Which
here
one do you
too,
take? I'm just curious. Which one do you use?
Nah, I'm like my man in Florida. I'm stealing it.
You put it under your roll?
I'm putting whatever's cheaper. That's what I'm. You going through the self checkout at Walmart. I go through there, but the rest of it, I put it all under my rolls and folds.
We gotta get you more money up here, man.
Shout out to Florida.
No, we gotta get him on a diet. Like, more money.
Too.
We gotta get him on a diet.
That too.
Listen, I don't do anything that has the word die in it. It just doesn't sound good. So,
God,
makes sense.
Please give what's the guy's name? Kurt Beck, the biggest hee-haw. Jesus Christ.
I like this. Y'all do this every day?
Whiting is $3.50 a pound too, buddy. The whiting too damn high as well.
You wanna play again?
No, I don't.
You wanna play again?
I do.
I won't play.
Let's play again.
Guess how much Mack
Guess how much Mack he weighs.
I think he weighs 275.
No, leave him alone.
I say
I'm not playing this game. Leave me alone.
let's carry the 2. Both legs or one leg?
I'm not
He
having
took
this
3
conversation.
pounds. I think he took 3 pounds.
I'm not having this conversation.
He always. That's what I'm talking about, Sean. It's 2024. All that fat shaming you was doing all 2023 is over for that.
I've never fat shamed people.
Shout out to everybody that sweat sitting down. We out here.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Miami, what up?
All right. Well, thank you to Big Mac.
Whoa.
Mr. Yerp. All
That's
right.
his stomach growling. You think Matt calling you and he's just hungry.
All right. Now, when we come back, Dean Phillips will be joining us.
Yes.
He's running for president, and we'll see.
Yes, he's also the U.S. representative of Minnesota, and he is the 2024 presidential candidate. He's actually the only person in the Democratic Party who's actually a member of Congress who decided to challenge President Biden. And
right.
he says his career is over because of it.
That's right.
I hope he brings down the food prices if he get in there.
That's all you care about, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's important.
Vote your interest back.
Vote your interest. All right, we're going to talk to him when we come back, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
That's right. U.S. representative of Minnesota and 2024 presidential candidate
Dean Phillips.
Welcome. Unison. Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you?
I'm humbled. I'm really humbled to be with you guys. I'm doing great. Happy to be in Manhattan, happy to be on this journey, and happy to be with you guys.
So let's start with why. Why jumping into this crazy race?
Well, because I'll be alive to see the fruits of our labor. That's one reason. I think it's time for change. I'm sick of a country that makes all these promises, doesn't fulfill any. And when I went to Congress in 2019, I was just disgusted. Now I understand what's so damn wrong in our country and why this system defeats everybody here. And I want to do something about it. I lost my dad in Vietnam. He gave his life to the country. The least I can do is pay something back. And the way to do it is to try to change stuff. And I'm really frustrated and I'm disappointed. And the lack of courage in Washington and Congress and this country right now, I think it's time for our generations to rise and stop this nonsense and actually realize what we can be and reclaim some of the principles and values I think we all share. And I'm really pissed off, to be honest with you.
So what is wrong with our country?
Well, I think our country was founded on the premise that all are created equal, and we've never fulfilled it. Mm-hmm. And that's just true in so many cases. And Washington is such a culture of rewards for the wealthy and the well-connected. And it's this little capsule, it's this little balloon, if you will, that is so disconnected from reality. And we have a system that breeds and rewards sticking around there and staying there. Mm-hmm. And nobody gets out and listens. And I've only been doing this 2 months. Look, I come from Minnesota. I'm a white congressman from a suburban Minneapolis district. I thought I knew I thought I knew people. I thought I knew what was wrong. But boy, until I've been traveling the country and going to little towns and through the east and west, north and south, I got to tell you, it's really opened my heart and mind. And we're broken. Mm-hmm. And we can either complain about it and argue about it and yell about it and hate each other for it, or we can do something about it. I still think we can do something about it. And I just want to be that voice. It's a lonely voice some days, but that's what I want to do.
Always ask, so what do you think about the job that Biden has done so far? And jumping on what Charlamagne said, what do you think he could have done better?
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I respect our president, and I'm so glad he won in 2020 because he saved us. He can't do it again. He's not electable. But to answer your question directly, which I know is rare for politicians, I think it's a lot of promises. A lot of promises. A lot of people promise to do this and that, and then they get into office, and then they love the seats, and they love the chairs, and they love the thrones, if you will, and don't do a whole lot. I think he's a good man. I think he served our country well. But when you've been there for 50 years, you've never had life experience outside of Washington, D.C.
That's real.
It changes you, man. It just does. Mm-hmm. I come at it from a different angle. I don't want to condemn him and demean him, but I think he's let a lot of people down. And I want to do something differently. And I think it's time to stop rewarding the wealthy and the well-connected and actually bring people to the table who are not just deserving, but have great ideas and can change this nonsense because, we've got a lot. We spend $1 trillion a year. You know that? $1 trillion a year defending ourselves, right? But look, we got people sleeping in the streets, kids going to school hungry, racial wealth gaps that are just disgusting. We have education gaps. We have housing gaps. Food and fuel are too expensive. And we're spending all this money around the world trying to keep us safe. We got people sleeping in the streets. So you know what?
Tupac said we got money for war, we can't feed the poor.
Bingo.
Question, was there like an unwritten agreement in Washington that Biden was supposed to only run for one term?
Look, we all knew that he was going to serve one term. He said it, essentially, implied if not explicit. And look, people can change their minds, and he did. I think he's doing himself and the country a huge disservice. But I can't say he told us specifically, I will serve one term, don't tell anybody. But I think that's what we all expected, and that's why I'm disappointed, because Democrats were disappointed that he was running again. Mm-hmm. But God forbid you actually get in front of the cameras and say it. I torpedoed my career for doing just that, and so be it. Someone's got to say it.
I wanted to ask you that. Are you worried about the future of your political career after this? Or do you have a future in politics after this?
Not after becoming president. Seriously. We can talk a lot of stories, but I woke up the morning after the 2016 election. I had a really nice life. We had built Belvedere Vodka and sold it, and built Talenti Gelato, the ice cream brand, and sold it.
Oh, you was one of the owners of Belvedere Vodka?
Yeah, I got a great story to tell you on that one if you want to hear one.
With Jay-Z name and all that? Break it down.
Yeah. Well, look, okay, I'll tell the Belvedere story. Yeah. Okay, this is actually a good one. So in 1993, my father and I and our business partner go to Poland because we think we can sell schnapps to the Poles.
You said your father and you?
My father. My dad died in Vietnam. I was 6 months. I'll tell you a quick story. My dad was 26 when he was killed. I was 6 months old. My mom was 24 and widowed. By the way, my dad grew up poor in Minnesota. His dad died. My grandpa, when he was a kid, he couldn't afford college. He earned an ROTC scholarship, and that's why he went to Vietnam. Mm-hmm. So my mom was 24 and widowed. We have nowhere to live, and we had to stay with my great grandparents for 3 years. And then I got lucky. My mom remarried, and when I was 3 years old, adopted by a father named Eddie Phillips, brought me into an amazing family of success and philanthropy. My grandma was Dear Abby, and my aunt was Ann Landers. Yeah.
Abby,
you want some advice? You got some love learning issues, you guys? Let me help you out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a whole nother story. And anyway, I got lucky and ended up joining the family business out of college, and we wanted to expand. So we went to Poland to try to sell some of our stuff. We made schnapps, of all things. But we get to Poland, and we see the most beautiful bottle we'd ever seen. It was Chopin vodka at the duty-free store. And then we also discovered Belvedere, and we changed our whole trip to ask the Polish government if we could be the importers of this beautiful vodka. My dad, on the back of a napkin, looked at Absolute and Stoli, the most beautiful brands of the time, $15 a bottle. And he thought, we can actually take it up a notch. He liked the idea of when there's two big brands fighting each other, there's a way to go above them. So we did it. And the brand was introduced, and it didn't do that well at first. It was $25. It was very expensive. We didn't have a lot of access to the market. But I'm getting ready one morning. It must have been 1997, a couple of years in. And I've got MTV on, and I see a Jay-Z video where he's got Belvedere. He's pouring it.
Big Pimpin', right? That was Big Pimpin'?
I don't remember. I think it was. Pouring them on people. He opened the fridge. It's filled with Belvedere. And I literally dropped my razor, and I called this is, analog era. I called my father. I'm like, Dad, turn on MTV. Of course, he doesn't know what channel it was. So, and don't worry, they're going to play it 10 times again today. Our whole business at that time, we had 20 people. We sat around the TV in our office waiting for that video to come back on. And I'm telling you, it was a moment I'll never forget. The video comes on, and our jaws hit the floor because we knew everything was going to change. And sure enough, within a couple weeks, you guys, the orders started just pouring in. Wow. So what happens? Jay-Z contacts my father, and they have dinner in Manhattan. And the way it was described both by Jay Brown and my dad, Eddie Phillips, is it was a beautiful dinner. And Jay-Z, as he often does, was soliciting advice and business counsel. And you might know Jay-Z introduced a vodka brand. You know that? Called Armadale. You remember that? Yeah. Didn't do that well. But that was a result, I think, of that experience. Jay-Z built Belvedere vodka. And I think that was the first time maybe this whole country recognized that power of influencers. Back in an analog era.
I remember. Why didn't y'all just give them equity into the company?
He didn't ask for it.
Really?
Wow.
I don't think Jay-Z had his own ideas.
At the time, I'm sure he had his own ideas.
But I'm glad you say that, actually, Charlamagne, because our family culture, my grandfather used to tell me all the time, he said, Dean, money is like manure. You stack it up, it stinks. But if you spread it out, it fertilizes. So that was his whole culture and business. He established the first profit-sharing program in America in the 1940s. We had secretaries retiring with seven-figure, retirement accounts. When we sold Belvedere, we shared it with our employees. When we sold Talenti, we shared with employees because that's kind of the joy of business is to share. So I don't have an answer for you why we didn't share equity with him, but
did y'all reach out to any other artists or even try to have a more long-term partnership with them? Or
we talked about that at the time and felt that the brand was predicated on authenticity. So rather than paying people to position it and market it, and we just thought it was better to have an authentic brand. So I'm not going to say we've done that on every brand, but on Belvedere it was about authenticity. So we let people adopt it, discover it themselves, and it worked pretty well.
All right, we got more with Dean Phillips when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Dean Phillips. He's running for president this year. Charlamagne?
I find interesting, Joe Biden said himself that he thinks that at least 50 other Democrats could beat Trump. So with that said, why don't more people primary him? Why didn't people take that as an invitation?
I'll tell you, Charlamagne, because nobody wants to go through what I'm going through right now, which is the most vicious, atrocious, aggressive attacks you can possibly imagine. And now I understand. Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's aggressive. 2 months ago, I was a darling in the Democratic Party, and now I'm the devil. And I knew that. And by the way, I knew that. I knew what I was getting into. But you asked the question, why don't others do it? Well, most people don't want to be subject to it. Most people want to protect their image and their future and their career. And that's why you have all these sheep in Washington falling in line constantly, saying the same thing based on the talking points because they don't want to do anything to hurt the next chance to be reelected. So when I did this, I knew my career in Congress was done, and it is. And when I called other candidates whose names are much better known than me, they said no, because they knew what they would be subject to. And I just wish more people had the courage to stand up right now, and I'm disappointed.
Biden, he says that Trump is the end of democracy as we know it, which I agree with. But isn't him skipping out on debates a lack of democracy too?
Thanks for saying it. Thanks for just saying the quiet part out loud. Seriously, Charlamagne, man, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. How can Democrats say we're fighting for democracy, we're fighting to make voting easier, and then yet removing me from the ballot in Florida and North Carolina? How can you say you are for free speech and protecting freedom and democracy and not even consent to doing one debate? How can you say this? How can you say to, right now they're saying this to voters in New Hampshire, that their vote doesn't count, that this is a meaningless primary. And it's true, by the way. Democratic voters in Florida, North Carolina, and New Hampshire, their votes don't count because in 2 states there isn't going to be a Democratic primary. In the other state, there is, and their votes aren't going to matter. And this is the United States of America. So, look, I was in the House chamber on January 6th. I know what an insurrection is like. I know who inspired it and who promoted it. And now, frankly, Democrats are doing something to democracy that I think is just as dangerous as the insurrection. Because at the end of the day, one was to prevent the counting of ballots. And right now, the Democratic Party is literally trying to prevent names from being added to ballots and people from even voting on those ballots. So that's the truth, and they don't want to hear it. They don't want me to say it. But, guys, man, someone's got to listen.
What happens to America if Biden loses to Trump? No hyperbole, no exaggeration. Sure. What do you think happens to America if Biden loses to Trump?
Here's what's going to happen. He is on a mission to literally destroy every single institution of democracy. How do you destroy institutions of democracy? You depopulate them. Everybody of integrity, of competency, who's serving right now our government, by the way, they work really hard and they make very little money and it's not an easy job. We're going to lose a lot of them. And when you lose them, they're either going to be replaced with people who are sycophants of Donald Trump or with people who are incompetent. And as he will methodically destroy these institutions, we will no longer have that foundation. Mark my words. And that's what's at risk. And he's, by the way, not just at risk, he's going to win. If it's Joe Biden at the top of the ticket, the whole reason I'm trying to issue this wake-up call to Democrats who are being deluded by the Democratic Party is he is going to lose. Young people in America now favor Donald Trump. Hispanic Americans, Latino Americans favor Donald Trump. 83% of Democrats under 30 want a different nominee. His approval numbers are the lowest in, I think, American history. You know what's going on in the black community? I mean, why don't we wake up? Why wouldn't we have a competition? Why wouldn't the Democratic Party want to have a competition?
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Well, why? It's very simple. When you are connected to power and privilege and prestige, you want to protect it. And anything that might disrupt it is a threat. It's not about people. It's about the protection of privilege. And here's the other thing about Trump. He's watched President Xi, he's watched Vladimir Putin basically become presidents for life. You don't think come 2028 he's going to say, you know what? I think I'm going to stick around another 4 years.
I've been saying that
for
years.
Of course. Of course. That's what's going to happen. And you talk about the end of democracy. What better represents the end of democracy than someone who says, I'm going to forego the basics of American democracy?
What could the Biden administration do to energize people and reverse what we've been seeing in the polls, if anything? And when I say administration, I mean him and the vice president.
Or if they even can.
Envy, I think you just hit the nail on the head. I've been in the consumer products business pretty much my whole life, and marketing and packaging, right? You know, I know when a product, it's kind of reached the end of its kind of life cycle, when people have kind of moved on. People have moved on.
Wow.
I don't think there's anything Joe Biden can do to change this, to be honest with you. I think it is fully baked. We live in an era as once your brand is hardened, it's really hard to change. He might say, well, we've got $90 million and, you know, at the end of the day, people are going to see it's democracy versus, you know, authoritarianism. How tired is everybody of just trying to vote for the lesser of two evils? You know, how cool did they maybe get excited again about good, you know, some good stuff? And that's my hope. But boy, you guys, when only like 15% of Americans turn out and vote in primary elections, we don't have the right then to get upset in a general election. So I hope everyone listening right now, if you really want to, if you want to give this one more try, go out and vote in the primary and shake it up. So please vote and let us try to change this nonsense.
How do people donate to your campaign?
Dean24.com.
Okay.
And I don't consider it a donation. I consider it an investment. You know, I talked about ownership. I want you to own a part of this campaign. You know, I don't want just your money. I want your ideas. I want your time. I want your energy. I want your commitment. I don't care your race, your religion, your geography, your politics, you know. I love everybody, man. And I'm really concerned about parties that are trying to tell us otherwise. I'm tired of angertainment telling us that we're more divided than we really are. So Dean24.com, if you got $5, $10, that's awesome. But more than that, help me spread the word. You know, post something on social media. You know, get people to kind of mobilize and share your ideas. You know, I don't know it all. I got a lot to learn.
All right. Well, there you have it. It's Dean Phillips, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and it was Give It To You. Give it to me. Give me that funk. Jay-Z, I Want to Love You.
Gotcha.
I Want to Love You.
I Want to Love You.
Hey, that's a good way to end this.
Yeah. So there it goes right there. It's Dean Phillips, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time for Pass the Aux. Go.
Cause that's my DJ. Say go DJ. Cause that's my DJ. Yeah, DJ, come spin, now come spin.
What's up, Nyla?
What's up, guys?
NYLA, Big Nyla, ATL Shorty. You've been in Atlanta all week long.
Yes.
Cause you filling in for
JoJo.
Salute to JoJo, and you out down there with Kojo.
Kodak.
Big
homie Kodak.
That's my name for both of them together. Kojo.
Kodak
and JoJo. So I call them Kojo.
Cute. That was a good playoff.
Yeah, I just made it up.
I know.
I just made that up. Salute to Kojo. You know what I mean? Kodak and JoJo.
Shout out to Ferrari. Shout out to Louis V.
Louis
Shout
V,
out to all
my
our
guy.
fam out there. This guy's crazy.
We'll be in Atlanta in April too for the Black Effect Podcast Festival. But
fire. No, that festival was a good time. And Atlanta is definitely a good time. I'm really enjoying myself. I went outside.
Atlanta makes you go outside. It just makes you go out. They always outside.
But everybody's nice.
It is.
It's different. It's so different from New York.
Absolutely.
Like, people are really nice.
The South.
People want to collaborate and work. I'm used to having to pull teeth to get things done here, so I'm definitely enjoying the energy. Nonetheless, one of the artists that I met out there, his name's Jack Freeman. He has a new record. I think he's signed to Michael B. Cox. I met Michael B. Cox out there too, but the song's called Undress.
if you hadn't have told me that Michael B. Cox was a producer on that record, I would have said whoever that young man is working with is somebody who knows how to make R&B. So it's probably somebody old from a OG. Because that sounds like a traditional R&B record.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
R&B record.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's dropping a project soon, so that's just one of the singles off it. But shout out to Jack Freeman. The next record that I'm gonna get into is The Game and Big Hit. You know Hit Boy's dad.
Hell yeah. Hard. Mm-hmm. Yo, why are we not talking about that story more?
What's that?
The fact that Hit Boy did an album with his dad?
That's dope.
Have they even done any conversations about it? I haven't seen.
I haven't heard too many.
I haven't seen nothing about it, and I thought it was cool because I did a tape with my dad 2 years ago, so I think it's cool to do collaborations with family.
That's such a great story. You know what I mean? Because clearly Hit Boy is like second generation hip hop. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because his pops clearly is first generation hip hop. That's a great story, and that record is hard. That's the Girls
Jay-Z.
or whatever song they used. That's the sample. What did they sample for Girls? That sounds like the sample of that.
It's a sample.
Same sample, right?
Sample. But yeah, he ate that. Love that. And then last
pause, nigga. Damn.
That's a saying
you
now.
Go to Atlanta, now you get it.
Wow.
Damn.
You did say you running right back to the A too.
I know y'all heard that before.
That's crazy.
He did a good job.
There you go.
Okay, he did a good job. Last but not least, this record been out a minute, but I just wanted to give it a shout out. It's Benny the Butcher and Lil Wayne with Big Dog.
Salute to Benny the Butcher.
He was up here
man.
earlier today. Shout out to Benny the Butcher.
His album hard too. Everybody can't go.
It
hard.
Love that.
Hard.
And I love the fact that Wayne is hitting a new gear, I feel like.
Wayne is already home.
I know, but it's kind of like how Nas said, I'm having a second prime.
Second wind?
Yeah, I feel like
Nas has had Wayne has had 5 of those.
Yeah, but he's having one.
I guess. I just don't there was a time where I thought Wayne's music was but that's only because I probably was having Wayne fatigue. But even if you go back and you listen to that stuff now, Wayne probably the most consistent rapper ever. Like really, for the amount of music that he puts out, he's probably like the most consistent rapper ever. Between a him, a Gucci, a Future, a Ross. I'm thinking about people that constantly put music out. Drake? Oh, definitely. Absolutely. I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you say constantly put, you talking about albums or you talking about songs? Or
everything.
Because Jay puts out a lot of music.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Not in recent times. No. Jay, you got to think, Wayne has been around just as long as Jay.
I was going to say, Wayne just has more catalog than the other people that you named.
Yes.
But I will say, there was a time period where I wasn't in love with Wayne versus
I think it was more fatigue. I was like that too, but I think it was more fatigue than his verses actually being whack. Wayne has not delivered like whack verses.
But it was that one time when Wayne started doing the rock and roll stuff, that he started doing the singy stuff where people fell off Wayne a little bit.
Yeah.
During that time.
But it's still, like, think about the run. Wayne has been around since 97, 98. Like, if you was listening to the Baby Gangsta tape, like, Cash Money has been around that long.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, Wayne's had about 4 or 5 different iterations of primes.
That's right.
That's true. Well, he's in another one is all I'm saying.
All right,
okay?
mad at it.
So, as far as updates, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Nyla Simone. Make sure you stay tapped into the Certified Vibe playlist. And make sure you guys RSVP for our next Certified Vibe live event, which is going to be in LA. We're kicking off Grammy weekend at the Peppermint Club.
Okay. All right. That's the next one?
Yeah, January 28th.
Nyla. Nice. Nyla done did it. Nyla did how many in New York?
4 or 5.
4 or 5 successful ones in New York, successful one in Atlanta. Yeah. Now you're going to LA for Grammy weekend.
That's right.
I know, it's crazy.
See? Things happen fast.
There you go.
Yeah, we outside. Follow us at Nyla Simone and at It's a Certified Vibe.
All right. Now, when we come back, we got the People's Choice Mix. You know we throw it back on a Friday. Nyla, thank you so much.
Of course, anytime.
It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now we got to salute to Dean Phillips for joining us this morning.
Man, salute to Dean Phillips. He is the congressional representative of Minnesota in Congress, and he's a 2024 presidential candidate. He's like the only Democrat who's choosing to run against Joe Biden. So as you heard him this morning, he said his political career is probably over because of that. You know what I mean? But it don't matter. He's filthy rich.
He is filthy.
Yes, and salute to Benny the Butcher too. His album Everybody Can't Go is out January 26th. I thought it was out today.
No, January 26th.
Okay.
The single came out today. Braun came out today.
And it's Martin Luther King weekend, man.
That's
Make
right.
sure you go out there and check out the Book of Clarence. The Book of Clarence is in theaters today, written by my man James Samuels, executive produced by Hove. It is, I think it's a great film. You know, it's a very layered film.
That's
and
right.
I can't wait till the think pieces and everybody goes and see it and starts to have conversations about it.
That's right.
Because, you know, a lot of people are upset because they feel like it's blasphemy towards Jesus. But,
it's what?
Blasphemy towards Jesus, but I think if you see it,
blasphemy,
you'll think otherwise.
That's right.
Like the Lil Nas X record.
I haven't heard it. I saw the imagery.
I know people are upset about it, you know, the imaging and everything, but this is totally different. This is you just got to go see the movie. Go see the movie. I know my parents are going to see the movie today, so definitely go out and support, and go out and support The Color Purple too as well. Make sure you go support those.
Is it still in theaters?
Yeah. Yes, it's only been like.
You better make sure about that. I don't know.
It's about
It
to
came
be
out
on
Christmas.
It's about to be on Amazon.
Yeah, it
tomorrow.
might be
You
on
know they
Amazon,
move
man. I don't know.
fast.
That fast?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Jesus.
And salute. Speaking of parents, my dad texted me and he said whiting is expensive. If you buy it by the case, it's $130. It comes with 4 slabs of 10. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what this. I can't even read the second text message. I don't even know what this means. He put it come with 4 slab 10 dot IB dot each dot do the math.
What?
I don't know what he's saying. I just understand. He said whiting is expensive. I buy BIE. It buy BY the case $130.
That sounds like he was talking into the phone. And sometimes the phone just does certain things, especially that country accent. Probably, you know, he was talking into the phone.
Salute to my pops, man.
All right, is he still buying the ticket for the Super Bowl?
Listen. We're definitely going to the Super Bowl. Dallas Cowboys. We play Green Bay, the Green Bay Fudge Packers this Sunday. So I'll be in here Tuesday talking to y'all about the second round of the NFL playoffs, okay? Okay. Let's go. This is all year, baby.
Pops, don't buy no ticket to Vegas. Y'all ain't going this year.
He ain't buying it no way. I'm going to buy it.
Even if you do, you get to see Usher, so it's okay.
They don't want to see Usher.
Nah.
They want to see the Cowboys.
I seen Usher in Vegas already. I need to take my daddy to go see the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Okay, we ain't been to a Super Bowl since 1996. That's one of my dreams, and all my dreams come true. So I know eventually it's going to happen. This is our year.
Eventually.
Oh, boy. Well,
I'm
you
rooting
could
for
go.
you.
There's nothing I've manifested that hasn't happened except for a new co-host here on The Breakfast Club. Okay? That's the only thing I've manifested thus far that has not happened.
What's going on
all right?
with that? Do we
I
know?
don't know. Don't ask me no questions. What Uncle Murder say? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay? Salute to Uncle Murder.
So we really don't know what's going on?
I don't know, man. Don't ask me no questions. I don't know, okay? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the haps on the craps is, okay?
All right. Well, when we come back, we got the positive notice to Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. You got a positive note?
I do have a positive note, man. And it's something I want y'all to think about this Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, because we all have a tendency to do this, especially when we're seeking validation from people on social media who don't give a damn about us. But I read this and I just thought it was interesting. Isn't it ironic? We ignore the ones who adore us, adore the ones who ignore us, love the ones who hurt us, and hurt the ones that love us. Why? I don't know. But think about that this weekend. And I also want to tell y'all, make sure to keep subscribing to the Native Land podcast on the Reason Choice Media iHeartRadio podcast network. Currently, it's the #2 podcast in politics with Angela Rye, Andrew Gillum, and Tiffany Cross. So make sure you go and subscribe to the first episode, which is available now wherever you listen to podcasts. And make sure you subscribe to Sarah Jakes Roberts' podcast, Woman Evolve. Sarah Jakes Roberts and Woman Evolve is now partnered with the Black Effect and iHeartRadio. So make sure you go support the good sister Sarah Jake Roberts and the good sister Angela Rye, Tiffany Cross, and the brother Andrew Gillum. Okay? Okay. Y'all have a great weekend.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?